Hello, this is Bench Design and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will be learning how to create a beautiful double exposure effect using Adobe Photoshop. So let's get started. First we are going to open our subject file. You right click on that file and open with Adobe Photoshop. And now that we have a file, we are going to unlock that file, make a copy of it, select the lower layer and go to solid color and choose the color white. Now click on the first layer and select Quick Selection tool. Once you do that, click on Select and Mask. On white because our background layer is white, and we choose the opacity to around 68%. That's fine. Selecting the object. So the areas which are white have not been selected, and the areas which are being highlighted are the ones which are being selected. So if you want to deselect an item, just hold Alt while you drag your mouse over it, and when you remove it, you can select the object again. Decontamination, output to new layer with layer mask, and we have a layer mask of our subject. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create a new layer and we are going to put its size to around 1280 width to around 720 pixels height. You can choose as per your liking, but these are my standard setting for computer. Now that's selected, we are going to hit the move tool and bring the first subject onto the new canvas that we have created. Now we have to adjust the size of it since it's much more bigger on the size. So you press Command plus T and adjust it within your canvas, just like that. Now if you need to go back, you can press Command plus 0 and the area of your canvas will be selected. Now I'm going to make it a bit bigger, and I think that's about it. Or maybe here. I think that's good. So we hit OK. Now that we have the layer mask, we're gonna do the same thing again. Click on the solid color, bring it all the way to the white and press OK. And since we do not need the background layer, we are going to delete it. Now you bring the buildings by clicking on File, Place Embedded, and bring the subject that you have. I'm gonna put all the links in the description below, so if you want to follow along with me, you can do that. So now we have this. Hold Alt and move it to all 90 degrees and then adjust it and make sure that it's within the dimensions of the head. We're gonna bring this layer on top of it, change the blend mode from normal to difference so we are able to see the head and the picture as well. Now let's just zoom in and see if I've selected all the areas and if it's matching with the head. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the result. Let's just see all over it. Yes, I'm okay with it. Now the next step is going to be change the blend mode from difference to normal again, and now we are going to mask it to remove all the blue areas, basically the sky, and we are only going to be left with the buildings. So now you click on the same layer, click on Quick Selection tool and go to Select and Mask. Now the viewpoint, this time we are going to change it to black. and make the transparency a bit less so that you will be able to see the sky. And now select the sky and just keep the buildings as it is. I think the selection turns out pretty well. I just need to deselect few areas that it has missed. Hit OK. And now just press Command plus I. The sky will be removed and our main subject will come back to life. Now we hit the brush tool. Make sure that our foreground color is black. And we start to paint over the white areas. My flow is going to be 40% and I'm just going to start brushing over the white areas to make sure that it gets removed. And now that we are happy here, we are going to select the layer 0 copy and press Command plus G to make sure that it only removes. You're gonna hit this layer, press Command plus G to put this in a group, and now we're gonna click on the layer mask. Now make sure that our color is black. Brush tool is selected and start removing the remaining areas, just like that. Now that this is done, we are going to select our top layer and select Hue and Saturation. Click on Colorize and adjust the colors as per your need. I'm gonna stick to blue, somewhat around blue, and just decrease the saturation a little bit if you want. It's totally upon your liking, whatever you like on this option. Okay, now I'm gonna make a copy of our group by pressing down Alt and bring the layer on top of all the layers. And now double click on the side, choose the blending option and blend if gray to somewhat around here to make it look more realistic. As you can see, it's starting to blend really well with our subject. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we're going to bring the hue and saturation layer on top of everything to make sure it blends with the other layers. Now I think the buildings are quite less, so I'm going to add more buildings. So again, I'm going to click on File, click on Place Embedded and select another skyline and rotate it vertically around 90 degrees and adjust the layer on our canvas, within our canvas. Move it a bit, and now that if you are happy with it, press OK and do the same thing. Click on Quick Selection tool, click on Select and Mask and we are going to remove the sky. So we do click on black, keep the transparency to around 62%. You see the sky, and now we are going to remove the sky. So just click on the sky, and I think it's doing a pretty good job here. Yep. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit to deselect the other areas that it has selected. Just select OK. Great. Now again Command plus I to remove the sky. Now you have to place our skyline beneath our first skyline to make sure when we place it, it seems like it is behind that layer, just like this. So you see, so it looks like it's a part of one area. I'm gonna make a copy of it and place it on bottom of it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all the layers by pressing shift and put them in one group, and go to color lookup and just give it a good filter. I like this one, but let's just see the available options that we have. This one's also good, but zoom right, the buildings are not visible anymore. This one's good. I'm quite happy with this. So yeah, it's totally up to you, whatever you want with your image. So let's just see which one I'll settle with. I think I'll settle with crisp warm. Yes. Or maybe again, let's not go. So yeah, that's about it.